See?
Okay. I will be back.
Can you hear me? Testing. Hello. All right. Howdy. Let's see. It's time to start streaming. I suppose I should have been setting up in advance during those 15 minutes. But here we are. Here I am. It's time to live stream. As I said, as the title says. Oh, sorry, it's launching. Here we go. Turn on camera. And then calibrate once the camera starts working. Okay. Why am I so small in the corner? Also, why am I cut off? Hello? Hold on. Ah. Strange. There we go. That's better. Okay, perfect. Basically, I have not been streaming much at all over the past like month. And there are multiple reasons for that. The most recent reason is because I've been doing that thing where it's like either do it right or you don't do it at all. You know what I mean? And then if you're always waiting for those perfect conditions, it will never happen. So I've been looking at my schedule and I'm like looking for this 4-hour stretch of time, which I can then use to stream for potentially 4 hours because I want that's a great length for a stream. Um, and so I've been basically not being able to find that because the perfect conditions never quite arise. And this is like a very obvious piece of internet wisdom where all like the motivational social media accounts are like, if you're tired, do it tired. Um, if you can't do it perfect, do it wrong. Just make sure you're doing it. You know what I mean? Um, and It's a very obvious piece of internet wisdom. It's like, oh, if you're not doing it, and you don't, if you're not doing it and you don't do it, then you're never gonna do it. You know what I mean? If you're always waiting for the perfect moment, it will never happen. You can't count on that to happen. And that's part of the reason why I haven't been streaming lately. If I go back and I look at those periods of time in which I was streaming most frequently, what I find is that I was just spontaneously streaming whenever I wanted. Just doing it whenever I could and whenever I felt like I wanted to. Um, and part of the like to add to that is that like I kind of lost a little bit of motivation because I was scared to do some of the things I want to do, some of the things that I have fun doing, and some of the things I imagined myself doing when I set out to stream. Um, like for instance, art. Like I thought that I'd be doing art streams when I first started, and I'm not doing that because I'm scared to put my art on the page, especially where everyone can see it when I'm already judging it and I already think it's shit. It's kind of embarrassing and hard, you know. Um, and yeah, I don't want to. I have this mental image of myself being like, because I figure out what I want to make as an art piece kind of through the process of making it, and I figure out how to do it by looking things up on the fly. And when I imagine that happening, it's like I don't want to. It's like emotionally painful, like the image in my mind of, as I imagine myself kind of floundering around, like, oh, what do I want to do with this? How do I want to do this? Or like if I find myself getting to a point where having an idea, if I do have an idea, and then getting to a point where um the it's like there's a step in that process that I don't know already. I have to stop and look it up. And that mental image of just like me floundering and then also me taking the time to just like search around for like potential solutions in the middle of live streaming feels like embarrassing content A and boring content B in those two circumstances respectively. And so it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, you know. um, but like this all kind of, but surrounding this these internal circumstances, there are external circumstances as well, which and those external circumstances, the world that I'm living in on a day-to-day basis, and my emotions are not disconnected. They influence each other directly. And when I observe the situation that I'm in, like I am not finding it's like it may be true that I'm waiting for perfect circumstances, but what I'm um, observing even still is that the situation that I'm living in, it still does not provide me with great circumstances. Like nonetheless, nevertheless, that is true. And when I think about my priorities, streaming is actually not super high up there. What I've come to realize, and this impacts the quality of my stream and my willingness to stream. Like the bare minimum for streaming is being consistent, and I'm not. Um, and part of that is a motivation problem. I am not motivated to do the bare minimum at this time. Um, but I'm going to continue. Nevertheless, this isn't me surrendering. This is me acknowledging the problem so that I can account for it. Um, you have to first acknowledge the existence of a problem before you can begin accounting for its presence. Um, and this is a problem as it pertains to my stream. The problem with this problem is that it stems from other problems. I am dissatisfied, very dissatisfied with the life that I'm currently living. And if you think of like the higher, like if I'm constructing like a hierarchy of needs for myself, um, the ones that are more foundational and important, um, are not being met, and so I'm motivated to spend my time there. But I'm going to continue trying to stream, even if it's not meeting the bare minimum, even if it's not doing that, because I know for a fact that once I'm in a place where I want to be, if it ever happens, I'm going to wish I had been streaming and I'd been developing the skills and the art and etc. all along. Um, and the art, the skills, the confidence to do this. I'm gonna wish I'd been doing that all along. Um, and I'm going to in that moment, in that time, um, want to stream, and I'll be motivated to do so because all of the other things that I wish I was doing with my life, or that I wish, or that like I needed to do in order to become more stable, um, all those things have been done or are in the process, and now I just need a moment or a place for social expression or creative expression, and it's there in the form of my live stream. So as it stands currently, there's a bit of like it's interesting because on one hand I'm motivated to do it well, and if I'm not doing well, I'm a bit demotivated. But at the same time, I'm not even motivated to to do it poorly. You know what I mean? Like I like and this stems as a concept. And like when I look back and I'm like self-conscious about all these things and how I'm presenting myself and how I'm doing it, what am I self-conscious for? Nobody's fucking here. No, I'm talking to nobody. There's nobody watching my stream. So why do I give a shit at this time? Like at this point in my streaming, I am playing a video game just normally by myself and just thinking out loud. Um like why am I worried about the art that I'm gonna do and how people are gonna see it when nobody's seeing it and nobody gives a fuck? Like, and what's more, I part of the process of trying to build a community is going to be that outreach, trying to give people reasons to be interested in the first place so that they can come to the stream and then become invested in me and the social environment we create together. Um, that's going to be like the biggest project for me because I already struggle on an emotional level with these kinds of things. Um, Building community, reaching out to people, maintaining stable social relationships with good boundaries. It's stuff like it just all of that is I'm horrible at, just like so bad. But the thing is, if I find myself in a situation like that, I've discovered um, I am extremely motivated and I commit myself to it. I just want to feel also like I'm not just doing it for other people. I feel like I want it to be reciprocal. I want to be confident that everyone's there because they want to be, which is the main draw to streaming for me. I'm streaming because I want to stream, and you're watching me because you want to be here and you want to watch what I'm streaming. And if you don't want to see that stuff, then you would be watching a different streamer. You know what I mean? Like, you're not obligated to be here, and I'm not obligated to be here either, but we're all here because we want to be, and that's a nice feeling. Um, and having a community that, you know, I feel like I'm an active participant in and is constructed around the things that I want to do. It feels there was a time when I had that and I was never more motivated to create art and to make jokes and to be funny and to plan my time just to like I was never more motivated to manifest as like a living breathing person on this planet than when I had that experience, when I was in in those circumstances. That's part of what I'm hoping to achieve by streaming, is just to have at least some people, even if it's just maybe 7 people who are interested enough in my live stream to be there and to see consistently. Because even when I had that back when I first live streamed, um, I knew I wasn't streaming for nothing. I always felt like, oh, even if there was nobody there that day in particular, there's always a chance they'd show up, or that they'd watch the VOD, or they, um, and it would still build. I'd still, So basically, in summary, before I start playing the game, is um, I've been struggling. I have not. I've set up roadblocks to myself for streaming that has made it difficult to stream. Uh, in my circumstances, and um, some of which I have more direct control over than others, and some of them are more deeply rooted in my emotions and life circumstances than others. Um, but this is just me acknowledging that they're there and trying to make sense of what it means in the broader scope of my life and in the broader scope of my experience live streaming and what it means for the future of this channel, um, and what I want from it. And then, um, so that's the kind of this is the summary, the takeaway. Um, Also, I'm considering potentially rebranding because I've realized that nobody knows how to fucking pronounce my name and nobody can remember it. Um, Nobody knows what it means. And all of these things considered, it's a bad brand. It's a bad brand. I need to fill out my channel. I need to develop a name that's recognizable and intelligible. Um, and then I just need to go for it. Um, so without further ado, without further ado, I have to move my. Sorry. I'm gonna do this again where I'm peeking up over. Okay. We're going. Without further ado, we are here. Oh, I remember it was so soothing. It was like soothing in a creepy way. What would you do with this space if you had this in a castle? Like, why? Is this just your bath? Like, what are you doing here? Oh, you can interact with the water? Oh shit, I don't remember the controls. I should take a second to relearn those. That's sprint. That's crouch. And then this is like the slam, depending on which direction you're facing. So it always pushes it away from you, is what I'm discovering. So for instance, if it's all the way open, if you're... So you can quickly open and close. I do not remember how to use tinderboxes, or how to interact with objects, or even how to carry them. There are chairs over here, we can try it over here. Alright, scroll, and then R rotates, right click throws. Okay. I do not know how to light using tinderboxes. Regrettably, I have forgotten entirely. Study. This is like your level selection. Guest room. Wait, is the guest room that big? That's in its own entire area? Oh. Wait, what? I have this closed, and I can't slam it open. Unless it's like partially open already. Storage. There's the fluttering sound of like a bug around me every now and then. It's driving me crazy. In game, I mean. Oh shit! Yes! How do I open my inventory? Oh, lean is E and Q. Tab is inventory. I still have the chemistry pot. F button. Nice. Can I put out the candle? No. Okay. I'm sort of anxiously stalling.
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
An elevator. Machine room. What are all of these rooms? Like, are these individual rooms or like these levels? Let's go. Herbert's trunk was wrapped in rope. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left concerning all the hands it had passed. Well, I need to actually adjust myself in my chair here. I'm just like slowly approaching the camera. Shit. I have to adjust myself a bit. There we go. Because I was far away. How big is this study? There's no real reason for the door to be open. Is it really that dark in here? The fuck? Okay, cool. Is there anything to be had in here? I decided last stream that I'd be more vigilant about searching boxes and shit. And boy, there are a lot in here. That's bullshit. Are those wild dogs? The hell is that sound? I'm kind of burning through lantern oil here. This is cool music. This is fucking awesome. Oh, I gotta write that down. This is for, it gave me an idea. Sorry, I write very slowly. In case you needed to know. Anyway. To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weyer? The most remarkable thing has happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of those orbs I've been looking for the last 20 odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about. It was as it was told about. An underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color was washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in a nearby village called the Altstad, investigating one of the antiquated trails. When I finally found the cavern, I went inside and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetched the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but unfortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo through the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly a blue shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I passed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside of Genoa. The guardian had taken the orb from me, but still until this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night, listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It has been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. The last time we spoke, you told me about your interest in ongoing research into the mythical orbs, and I had realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Altstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Fuck, I haven't played in a long... The last time I played was long enough ago that I don't actually remember the context of this name. Books. There's oil right there in the open. Why does it feel like a trap or like a jump scare? Alright, there's not much else to do here then. Journal? Notes? No, which one did it? Was it a diary? Mementos. Find another way around the rubble in the study. Ah, there's an item on the other side. Environmental clues. I'm gonna throw a chair out the window when the opportunity arises. Chambers of the human soul. This is horrendous. Yikes.
Let's see what you have to offer.
Jesus Christ.
What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw. But I can sense it. It's definitely there.
My brother in Christ, what are you talking about? Canis lupus familiaris, the scientific name for a dog, by the way. 1658, April 12th. After a short study, it is clear that the agitation found among humans can be found in the dog. Fear and pain induce stress, which seems to trigger an endogenous response, causing the animal to burst with energy. Sorry, I need to modify something. Focus rate, can't capture Discord audio, amnesia audio. So maybe if I move it like this. I wish I could adjust the position of these audio sources so that I could see them all at once more clearly, but anyway. Sorry. I believe that the catalyst is produced in the brain. It's difficult to determine exactly where and what it is, but I can sense it. It reeks of cosmic genesis. Fucking crazy? Insane person? There's an inherent problem in harvesting this energy since the creature is bound to die from the exercise. I must refine this process of torture to enable any real work to be done. Jesus Christ. More experiments must be performed, but it seems that only human beings are capable of seems that only human beings are able to produce the amount necessary. It might be their ability to appreciate the severity of the process that ultimately augments their experience of terror. Fucking what? Is this a movable crate? No. What a strange place for this. This book seems unused. I don't like this. I don't like this dead end. I want to keep it real with you, that did get me. Slight headache, yeah. Me too, bud. What? Oh, was there no real reason for me to come in here? Book. Skull. We'll break the window using the skull. Oh, there's a note. And a nasty apple. 1658, January 9th. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. You know, I think we're still working on that. Maybe, say 358? 358? Oh, sorry, 308, 68 years later. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fill the void myself. Clearly, humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they would prove less of a hassle to acquire. Whomever is writing this does not consider themselves a human. Skull! No. The guy was not hard-headed enough. Whomever he was, or she. Witness me. Oh my god. The meat is spreading. Oh, good. It's one of the memory capsules. gear. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind is not even wasted a breath, yet I bow to you. I've done so much for you, and I've gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. What the fuck? The name Agrippa appears again. Unfortunately, I do not remember the context. What is that? Oh, the elevator's broken. I didn't want to test it and head down because I was scared it was going to start a level I wasn't prepared for, so I just like started ambiently exploring around. If the elevator breaks down again, make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Okay, I'm starting to understand what's going on here. So I was meant to go to the elevator. That much was kind of obvious. But I reflexively started looking around. It didn't really like consciously occur to me. And it was going to be broken, and then we have to go through these other areas to collect the items that we need to repair it, and then the machine room was going to be the last room that we go to and put everything together. It's following the same formula as the first phase of the game, where we had to collect all the chemistry ingredients from all the other areas. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8 and 8. Up 8 and down 8. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Oh no. The machine will not read proper configuration until all rods are inserted. I'm not going to pick up that rod until I am ready. Oh, it looks like there's no monster in here. Oh, that's gotta be bad luck. Like, where did the monster even come from here? Fucking trees? Man, I gained my sanity back just to lose it. I might need to take a crap in a second. I'm sorry if that's a little bit. He climbed out of bed and looked out the window. It was completely dark. He waited, glanced at the old clock, and waited some more. 4 o'clock, he thought. It's enough. Sorry, I rushed to read. The guest room. I suppose I should go try the elevator then.
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
It's a cool memory. It's not working. This is from whence I came. I wonder if it allows me to go back. I'd be surprised if it does. Archive tunnels. It kind of does, actually. It does allow me to go back. I'm not doing that. Alright. Guest bedroom. Then cold mist brushed his face as he stepped outside. London weather could be cruel, but it was the kind of cruelty he could handle.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
So this is where he was staying. This whole place is overturned. I don't know if this mess happened in the process of them looking for his journal or in the process of him looking for his journal. Like, did he come back and it was a mess and searched through the mess for his journal as they tore a place apart to find it? Or did he come back, realize his journal was gone? Hello? And realize that his journal was gone and turn the place upside down for it. Either way, it suggests that his journal was extreme. Well, I say that, but he doesn't know why they would have taken it. I'm not picking up the crowbar. Not until I scout the other room. There's a hiding spot here. Opening the doors. I don't want it to be a, like, it's like a very obvious quest item, and I don't want it to be a trigger. Broken lock. Well, I have no other option then. Also, the door is not on its hinges. Right. Time to look at the notes. I might need to take a...
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him. Third of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
I need to poop. So, William Smith had been marked. There was no way for him to know the young man from the other day cast such a terrible shadow. Alright, I'm gonna go stand in the light so that my sanity doesn't slowly drain. Also, I'm not interacting with this fountain because I'm assuming that it like full heals your health and sanity, and I don't know if I have multiple uses of it, and I really just do not need to be healed at all, actually. Let's see. I'm gonna make a new text. Okay. Writing system any cancel. I need, how do I? Alignment center. There we go. Perfect. Alright, be right back. I return. If you're curious, that was maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10 shit. It was not great. Why is Amnesia not going? Is it broken? There it goes. Why is it pulsing light on my brain? Is this to indicate that I'm in the light? Let's go to a dark spot and check. Oh, the pot is back. No. Doesn't mean anything. There you go. Alright, back to the guest bedroom. We're gonna be using the crowbar. Let's go! I said, let's go, and then stood there. I was like, yes, I'm on my way, and then stopped moving. The strange letter frightened him. But it was also the only one which offered him some comfort. A bug. It's invincible. Looks like the resources don't respawn. No, sorry, I'm absolutely sure I checked these drawers the first time around, but... What about these ones? Okay. Let's go.
The key. Please, let it be here.
Important key is hidden in the guest room. We're just now realizing? I knew there were too many hiding spots. Oh. Hello. Hello, squishy wishy I shy? Sounds like, according to the music cue, the amnesia guy is gone. John Amnesia. I think he just straight up despawns once you've escaped him. Pretty good so far. It is the first Amnesia game I'm playing. It's a classic for I'm pretty sure, as I understand it, it is like a classic for it is like the first real ambient horror game. It set the standard. It's like it defined the genre. It's the impression I get anyway.
July 4th, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled.
Big
I was
gap.
awakened by an exhausting nightmare.
Hold on.
Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Yeah, John Horror, Amnesia. The original horror game. I wonder what the standard for horror games was before Amnesia. Also, we're looking for a key. And we're not successfully finding it. Hold on. I mean, this place is torn to pieces already. People were looking for stuff in here. As it was. What are the odds that we're gonna find whatever we're looking for? What in tarnation? Gotta check on the top shelf. In between the couch cushions. I can't pick that up. What in the world? Under the pillows, maybe? Fireplace? Behind a painting? Painting is not interactable. Neither are the articles of clothing. I'm just breaking the pots just in case it's possible for something to be hidden inside of them. I can't open books. I had to check inside of it. Wait, what was I just trying to grab?
Daniel? What? Still having nightmares, I see.
Wait, is bro just fucking watching me while I'm sleeping?
They come every night.
He's just standing over me?
You'll see.
What does that mean? How can you be so sure, man? Paintings. Inside the bottles. Cannot grab that painting. Rock. This crate, there's a busted open crate here. Am I hallucinating? Did I actually read? An important key is hidden in the guest room. What in tarnation? But where? Where could it be? Are you experienced with Amnesia games? In the rabbit, maybe? Is there a way to interact with this? Maybe it requires me to do this. Like a rotation. Maybe there is an object. I might as well do this. This clock is... What in the world? Aha! It was a painting on the wall.
Oh, thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Of all the paintings knocked over off the walls, The one hiding the key wasn't. Alright, we got what we needed from this room then. He panted heavily, trying his best to keep himself from screaming. The machine cabinet had been overturned and lay collapsed on the floor. He reached through the broken glass door and grabbed all the sedatives he could find. Oh god. What? Oh! Hello? Whose is this? Was there just a guy walking around and he got fucking slimed by the monster? That wasn't there before. Surely. The guy was just like, I'm going back to bed, and then on his way he got slimed. Diaries, no. Notes. Trinity's theme set functions. All rods, but how many rods do I need? I suppose I should go into the machine room and see what I've got so far. Flow cycle rod. Oh, hold on. I think it's implying. Because I'm really not too keen on going into random areas without knowing what. Four phase. Okay. Because I don't want to encounter a monster for no reason. And then fight for my own survival for nothing. I don't want to put myself unnecessarily into a dangerous situation. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm trying to balance the decision making. Like, is it more risky to go into the storage room without knowing exactly what I need first? Or is it more risky to go into the machine room without having everything I need? Okay, I'm here. Let's just make a decision. He flipped through the Book of Monarchs, looking for etchings, and counted. 9 different kings from all over Europe had been depicted with an orb resting in their hands. Why am I already... This is awful. You gotta love the monster sounds right out the gate. I mean, it is ambient. It is probably just ambience. Yeah, and it is very well lit in here. Aha! Machine equipment memo. Note that there are only 2 spare rods left in the storage for the elevator machinery. Make sure to only discard the ones which are badly damaged and keep the others in the inner study rooms in case all 3 would crack again. So we do indeed need 3 of them. Should I just try putting it in place now? Just get it. It is very well illuminated in here.
July 1839.
Haunted?
Today I went to the university looking for answers. I was able to sneak into Herbert's office and pick up an address book along with some relevant textbooks. Professor Taylor at the Faculty of History was very helpful, and I managed to approach the subject of the orbs. The most interesting aspect was the prevalent trace they had left in our culture. The mythic orbs may, in fact, have inspired the globus cruciger, which so many royal regalia holds to this day. In ancient times, the orbs were held by priests as a symbol of the sun and its power. As I was leaving, I overheard a disturbing conversation. Sir William Smith, the geologist, was killed last night. Less than a fortnight had passed since I'd asked for his expertise. I know it's silly, but I can't help feeling responsible somehow.
Ooh, my lamp oil. A lever. I feel pretty safe right now. Another lever. An important gear. I assume. Oh, maybe I should do this now. Well, I'm still more or less safe. Okay, I see. Horrifying noises. Aha, there's another one. And is this another one? I should preemptively scout for hiding spots. There are not many. It's quite empty in here. Alright, all those cogwheels are in place. Yeah, basically I want everything to be ready. Because I am 100% certain the monster is going to be chasing me around as I try to do this. This feels like the last area that you have to explore before you move on to stage 3 of the game. Alright, I opened the door but did not explore. What? Oh, I remember. I have to make sure everything's set to the right numbers. I suppose I can do that now too. I can figure it out. It's in notes. Machine. Oh, not that one. Elevator machine instructions. It said something along the lines of up 8 and down 8. Right. The meter should read up. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meter should read up 8, down 8. Three, 3, 5, 1, 2, 4, 1, 5, 6, 5, 2, 2. Okay. This needs to be up 8. So let's just do the math here. So that should be 8 down. That adds up to 8 down. This does not add up to 8 up though. This would be 1. Let's see, 1, 2. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this would be 5, 6. Nice. How do I save? Okay.
14th of July, 1839. I've read every book I can find on the subject. While rich in legend and hearsay, my knowledge is lack for the insight I crave. I've sent letters to many in Herbert's address book and received answers of varying importance. Today, I got one which differed greatly from the others. From a baron in Prussia. He said nothing about the quaint stories of priests in underground temples. He didn't even mention them. He simply wrote, "I know. I can protect you. Come to Brennenburg Castle. Signed, Alexander." What am I to make of this? Protect me from what? Is someone after me? I looked up Brennenburg and traced it to the Prussian woods near the Baltic Sea. While being the least informative letter I've received, it causes me greatest distress and interest. As I write, my thoughts are drawn to my nightmares in which a most disturbing sound calls to me. A sound defying description. A voice from the void. The last few weeks have been awful, with so many sleepless nights dreading a repeat of those horrid dreams. Tomorrow, I shall visit my physician, Dr. Tate, in hope that he can provide me with sedatives to help me sleep.
Still missing one note from the Hunted series. Is it in here, in this area? There's one on the table down there, one on the desk up there, the side table down there. So, hypothetically, there should be one in here. Ah, there it is.
"17th of July, 1839. How has this escaped me? They're all dead. Limbs scattered, heads split down the middle, their skin flayed as if boiled.
What?
I feel like I'm falling into myself. What's happening? Sir William Smith, Professor Taylor, now Dr. Tate. Is it following me? How can it not be? It's the damn thing I brought from Africa. Something is after me. I have no choice but to trust
Oh my
the
God.
Baron. He better know
Everybody
what he
fucking
claims.
died.
If he is wrong, I suspect he'll regret it as well.
Jesus. It's hunting him in the orb. It's that same monster from the stories, from the 1658. Aha. There's nothing in the burner for it to ignite. Do I have to pick up chunks of coal like this? It needs more. I'm doing this all now, under anticipation that once I come back with all of the rods. Alright, now I think the only thing left is to get the rods. Put them in place and turn the lever. Excuse me, pull the lever down. There are really no hiding spaces in here. Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damn curiosity. To the storage area. Let's go. Strange and unnatural? What the fuck? Hell no. Let me get a lay of the area. Oh god, it's huge in here. This is like the main area of this. I mean, you say that, but like, what torches are there in here? Is that one of the rods that I need? I'm far more limited on my oil than I am on my tinder boxes, but there's no torch here to be ignited. The torches are empty. Oh god. I'm actually not going to pick it up. I'm just going to remember where it is. This is freaking me out than any other area.
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home. No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
There's a prison area. I'm out of fucking oil, Jesus. My crowbar's gone. I remember having watched PewDiePie play this in high school. And I remember being spooked when he was playing this area. Having like distant visions. It's probably close. It's probably close to the other side, and when it's gonna make a circuit. Oh, fuck this. Hell no. Bro, when I put my torch out, that darkness closed in hard. I need one more machine part. Alright, I want a bit of a plan first. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna hide here. Throwing the door close behind me. Because I do have a distant memory of watching PewDiePie hide in and among the barrels.
This shouldn't be.
What shouldn't be, brother? Regarding explosive mixture, fascinating. They're crafting explosives down here. Alexander, I prepared the explosives you need for clearing the flood drain. I can't stress enough how important it is that the mixture is handled with care. Please try to tell your feather-brained servants. Excuse me. Tell your feather-brained servants this before you go ahead with your plans. The liquids are not by themselves explosive and should be kept separated to avoid further mishaps. I've arranged 2 large vats in the next room for the ingredients. All you need to do is mix the liquids and you are ready to go. What? Am I using the chemistry pot once more? I don't like this door slightly ajar. Okay, so there's 3 other doors. There's one there, and one there. And they're all, unfortunately, slightly ajar. There's another tube here. And I'm rapidly running out of oil. I prefer having darkness around me and and having the environment illuminated by a lantern, because then I have more hiding spots. But at the same time, I cannot continue to use my lantern, and I have more. And I have more tinder boxes than I know what to do with. Alright, I'm just gonna double check this room. Alright, there's a vital item in this room. I intend to get the other one as I leave, in the event that it triggers something. A crank. Drill part. Oh no, a hand drill. That's what we're going to be making. The drill component. That's not a tube that I need. It's a drill bit. That's right. Okay. The change in audio cues. Suggests to me that he is gone. In this case, I don't know if he despawned or just roamed elsewhere.
Is anyone there?
No. So we have two containers here. Oh, here goes. Here goes. I have no good hiding spots. Men, and I'm also in the light. This whole area is gonna fucking explode. There are candles lit everywhere. Dude, my oil is just in dire condition. This is the lowest it's ever been. Are the audio cues indicating the spawning of a monster? Like, is that like the game's way of kind of warning me, like, hey, you should be anxious that you could encounter it? I'm standing in the light and out of view. As a way of just kind of letting it pass for a second while not losing sanity or oil. These are horrible stairs. Am I gonna lose my chemistry pot? Is my chemistry pot gonna get exploded? Alright, am I blowing up the door? Or am I blowing this up? Will it explode on its own, or do I need to interact with it? How do I know? Do I use a tinderbox on it? I don't want to go back in the event that it is indeed a timed. I don't. Okay. I'm walking right back to the bomb. Do I need to interact with it further? Do not set off the explosion before you're safely out of the blast area, but how do I set off the explosion? A rock? Oh. That was unfortunate. I had no idea if that would work. That was a big explosion. Alright, now I assume this is the meat of the mission.
Why are you doing this? Get away from me!
There's light. Fuck. Receptaculum. Escum. Oil. Oil, my friend. Nope, just more tinder boxes. Yummy! Meat everywhere. Nasty, stinky meat. Wow, this actually looks pretty good. Oh, there it is. Hunting music is gone. Does that mean the monster is? Or does that mean I just left its sight? I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm actually sweating. Like, I am genuinely sweating. If it's still here, we follow the same order of operations. Run, hide, slowly sneak away. I need to conserve lantern oil for navigating dark areas at this point. This is horrible. Like, I literally do need to be just lighting everything. Oh, this is grim. Why? Why would you keep them captive just to run up to them and repeatedly stab them? What the fuck? What is this? I'm gonna pick this up. There's gonna be a monster. I'm gonna hide in there. In case of a missing rod. A full set of 3 rods is unavailable. There is 1 rod in the inner study rooms, which might work in case the elevator breaks down again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, always use the spare rods in the storage before using a mended one. If he reaches me, I have to jump over the crate and sprint. Because he'll walk around like this. He'll walk this way and approach me, and I have to jump and run through the now open corridor, slam the door behind me. At which point I will be free, basically, unless he can restrain me, or unless he kills me in 1 hit. I still hear his fucking breathing. How long is his hunt? I think he's in the hallway. Because I'm hearing him through my right ear. And there's... like, he sounds close to my right. Which sounds to me like, where else would that be but the staircase? Is he going to despawn? Or do I actually have to go with him in the environment? Because this is atypical. Normally by now, it would have despawned. It really doesn't seem like it's relenting to me. Like, I still hear it. Is it because my sanity's low? I'm hovering in the light so that the sanity doesn't drop, because if I remember the tutorial correctly, if my sanity does indeed get too low, the monster will be able to find me. And my assumption is that the reason it's staying so long is because my sanity is so low. And it seems that that may have been the diagnosis. Nevertheless, I am going to peek corners. And not sprint unless absolutely necessary. I thought it was like a timed event. Like, I chose the wrong direction. He was coming, bro was coming right at me. Ah, that's unlucky. The sanity. The sanity drain from the disturbing event with the earthquake, little like tremor that caused rocks to fall, combined with the jump scare draining his sanity, he is now not bode well. If there's anywhere I have to lose the monster, it's in this room. Because you can circle it. You can give him the runaround. My assumption is that it is gone now. Starting to get a feel for how the monster works. I think it's placed at specific locations and it doesn't actively roam. I think there are triggers, like location triggers, like, oh, it's going to appear in this area. Like the devs placed it, like, this is a spawn point that is going to appear. And then you approach it and it appears under those conditions, and then you run from it, and then once you've escaped it, it despawns. Is my assessment of how this particular monster works. Whether that is like a design choice for this particular monster or a programming limitation and just like a matter of how the game functions and treats its monsters. I'm not sure yet. Either way, now what would be a great time to use that fountain. If it does restore my sanity. Stay with me. Oh no, am I not able to use the fountain anymore? No, I was gonna use that. I waited too long. Now there's meat everywhere. And now my sanity is gone. And the soothing music is gone. It's just creepy hours now. Huge problem, huge problem. Running out of oil. Ah! Thankfully all the puzzles are solved in the basement. It's just a matter of putting in the rods, pulling the lever, and making a break for it. It is a very linear environment though, so I don't know how... Thankfully I solved all of the puzzles already without having to deal with the pressure of potentially being hunted by a monster that's ambiently roaming the environment. Which I suspect is going to happen. But it sucks that I have no sanity, and I'm not 100% sure what my escape plan looks like because I have to put the rods in and pull the lever down there. So I have to go all the way down and then all the way back up, and it's a very linear route. I'm probably gonna have to juke the monster in a room. In the gear room at the very bottom. Alright, everything's already done. The coal's already in the furnace. It saved all that progress. Why would I have closed this door? Circle, triangle, square. Trinity, triangle, 4-phase, amplitude, square, complete. So the Trinity is a triangle, the 4-phase is a square. And the steam cycle flow is a circle. Crystal clear. I'm gonna try and resist sprinting. Great news is that perhaps it's not going to be a monster chasing me in this environment. It's just gonna be the nasty meat for me. Ow! I'm glad I was wrong. Trying his best to keep himself from screaming. Hello? Well, where else do we go but down? Au revoir. Part 3. Flip through the Book of the Monarchs, look into the etchings. Oh, okay. I read that one already. 9 different monarchs were depicted with having the orb in their hands. Oh no, is this a classic the elevator falls moment? Ew! Oh no, this is a classic the elevator gets stuck. Oh no. It's broke. Carefully treading the unknown land, he looked over his shoulder at his travel companions. The outrider touched the brim of his hat as a final farewell. I just got an achievement. Curious what that achievement is. Yep, descent. Take a rough ride down the elevator. Is this the beginning of part 3? Is it going to follow the same formula? I could use some oil for my lantern.
Come, this way.
What was that?
Forgive me, I should have warned you. One of my responsibilities as a baron is that of a prison warden.
That's a lot of
This is where
responsibility.
criminals are locked up.
Like a dungeon?
Very much so. Come, don't linger.
How are you both a baron and a prison warden without splitting that responsibility and, like, should have been the number 1 sign. Wait, is this just like a level? Holy shit, the oil situation is a very interesting one. Okay.
My girlfriend is awake now.
It is time for me to go. It seems like a good ending point. It is just barely past lunchtime, so I can get myself something to eat. And we've made it to a new stage of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Unfortunately, we do not get the soothing music this time. But I want to thank you for being here, for watching my stream, to anybody who has been here and watched it. Like, squishy, wishy, ishy. I think I bored them. I think I bored Squishy Wishy Ishy because I don't think they're here anymore. Oh boy. Can't be everyone's favorite. But if you're here from the future and watching this, you're my favorite. Thank you. Goodbye.